How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my lad, the SEN dad. Had a little hiatus from YouTube for, I don't know, maybe about a month because it's just been very busy. SEN parenting is long-winded and it can be quite hard. But I'm back now. We're filming today from Blackpool, not from Southend. Two quite similar places, just on holiday here with the two kids and my lovely partner, which is obviously a great time to get away from everything, have a nice break. I will be doing a review of Blackpool. It'll be a very positive review, don't worry, but about how good it is for a family, and particularly with SEN needs, and particularly for families who have a child or someone else in their family with autism. We're doing that soon, so hopefully I'll get that out before the start of next week. Also, happy Easter, happy Good Friday to everyone who's out there celebrating. So I thought I'd do a quick video today, just about autism parenting tips, or hacks, whatever word you want to use. Now, if you're new to this channel, you probably might be because I haven't been active for very long. I'm not a doctor, not a professor, but I have a lot of hands-on experience with autism through more than one family member, and my son is the person I'm supporting most at the moment. So I do have some experience. I'm just going to tell you things that work with him. They obviously won't work with every autistic child. Everyone is different, and autism, there are of course similarities. There are things that work. There are things that have some consistency, but nothing works consistently in the world of autism, and all autistic children can be quite different. So give them a go, see if you have any success. I'm just trying to make it a little bit easier for all of us because it's a beautiful journey, but it's a very tough one. It's a very tough one, and it can be very frustrating. It can be very debilitating and very tiring, can be really tough and really sad. So we all got to try and do what we can to help each other. I said happy Easter, so also yesterday was Autism Awareness Day, and I think it's Autism Awareness Month or Autism Awareness Week, depending if it's what country you're in. So to everyone out there who's living with ASD, or a family member, or anyone who supports anyone with ASD, yeah, happy today, happy time, happy month, happy week. It's definitely a very important thing to raise awareness of, I think. I'm seeing a couple of people online who I follow who are in a similar position to me saying it should be Autism Acceptance, we should have Autism Acceptance Day. Those arguments are very relevant as well. I'm not against them today, but it's great that there is a day where we do celebrate all the autistic people out there and all the family members who do their best to support them, and we try and raise a bit of awareness because, you know, I still think not everyone is as aware as maybe they should be. It's definitely better than it was 20 years ago, and it's definitely better, I would say, than it was 10 years ago. So yeah, I think we are getting there. So Autism Awareness Day, Autism Awareness Week, acceptance, whatever you want to call it. Hope everyone today, and during this time when there's school holidays and things can be quite rough, hope everyone's having a good time and everyone's bearing up okay. Right, first hack this is for children who don't want to put their coat on. Now, thankfully, we're coming into a nice weather period now, so this is probably bad timing for this one. But my little one doesn't want to put his coat on very often, and I can't really help him with that so much. That often is just a bit of a battle. But what was very frustrating is I put the coat on and we get outside, go for a walk, get him in the pram, and you take it off more or less straight away. So all you got to do is make him put him on back the front, put it on the wrong way around, and then the zip goes up the back. This works very, very well. He doesn't even try and take it off. Now, he has a little bit of a look, but then he just kind of moves on. And actually, he's a lot more accepting of it than I thought he would be. I thought he might have a kind of sensory issue with it, but he doesn't. It really, really works. So that's definitely one little battle that I've been able to solve. And yeah, just a quick, very simple adaptation works really, really well. The next one, right. The big thing at the moment with all children is screens. The government have recently put out statistics, and there's all sorts of research out there. All of it is fairly depressing and basically says screens are terrible and can have really horrible effects on everyone. But in the world of autism, I'm sorry, screens are sometimes necessary. They are. There will be times where you just need them. It might be because you need to do work around the house. It might be because you need to take care of your other child. It might be because you need to just have a rest, a mental break. It's not quite a full mental break because you've got Miss Rachel or Pepper on in the background. That could be very annoying. But it can be better than dealing with them constantly running up and down, or them possibly having a meltdown, or them constantly asking you for TV. And just the other day, we were in a farm because my little one loves animals. And there's a kind of bistro attached to it, and he wouldn't sit. He was trying to get out. He was trying to avoid the situation. So I put on a screen on my phone, and he stayed and watched. And he had lunch. He ate, and that comes to another autism kind of phrase, fed is best. I'm not going to put that actually in this list, but definitely an important one to consider. And he sat in 80. He didn't sit down in the seat. He stood around trying to go at different angles like this. That's just what he does. But it worked. And we had lunch and he ate. So everyone kind of had a good time. So, and there's another kind of overriding hack to this. You've got to do what you can to suppress is the wrong word, to absolve yourself of the guilt. You're going to feel guilt as a parent, even of neurotypical children, but for neurodivergent children, it's probably even more. You just got to let it go sometimes. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be ideal. It's not going to look like a Disney movie, but sometimes things like screens are necessary. And yeah, don't worry about that guilt. Okay, if you get them fed, you get them lunch, you have time to eat yourself when you've gone somewhere, all the best, all the better. The next one. So this one is deep pressure or DPT, deep pressure therapy. I will put, there's a great website from the Bristol Autism Support Service, which gives more information about deep pressure. I'm sure everyone who's watching this who has experience with autism knows about it. It's just a way of dealing with meltdowns or moments of frustration. So my son at the moment, he gets frustrated or overwhelmed. He might bite his sleeve for a bit. So you hold him and try and put pressure on him. Yeah, not too hard. And that kind of calms, okay? It works really well with him. I know a lot of children don't like to be hugged or touched even. So it can be a bag, a sleeping bag. It can be body pillows. It can just be a pillow. Obviously that only really works if you're in the house, but that can work really well. You just put like a pillow on top of them. Obviously that's difficult if they're moving around, but that can be very effective as well. There's some great, I will try and find it, put it in the comments as well or in the description. On Amazon and other websites, they sell special cushions and pillows you can actually put on people, which can work. Obviously don't put them on for too long. So DPT, deep pressure, I found that to be really effective with dealing with those kind of moments of transition, those moments of frustration. And it's great when you suspect there might be a meltdown. I know it's very difficult. People are talking about it all the time online because sometimes it can come out of nowhere, it can be very unpredictable. But with my son, I think about 50% of the time, I can predict when the meltdown might occur. So you can try and preempt and get in there before. And that can reduce the meltdown intensity or it can stop it coming at all. So yeah, deep pressure, really, really effective. Next one, right, we've all heard the phrase, it's probably become a cliche now. It takes a village to raise a child or something similar or slight variations of that. I think it's an African proverb originally. Now, what I would say, if you're a parent of a neurodiverse child, this might not apply to everyone who's in this situation because some people I hear say, I can't do this next thing because my child is too difficult or the pressure's too much, or I can't ask someone to do that. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not telling people what they should do. I'm just saying what I think works for me. But I think use the village and more. It takes a town or a city, let's be really corny about it, to raise a child. If you have family members, obviously all people that you trust, don't leave a child with someone that you don't trust or you don't know that well. But if you have family members or friends or other people in your social circle who are willing to help, even a little bit, even take the child for an hour while you do something, while you get the shopping done, or take the child to the park for a couple of hours, use it. If they offer, take them up on it. If it doesn't work, then yeah, it doesn't have to happen again. But try and use all those people, take them up on their offers, yeah? And again, you have to let go of that guilt. Because otherwise you're not gonna have a break, you're gonna be frustrated, you're not doing yourself any favors, you're not doing the child any favors. So any help that's out there, use it. Respite care, if you can get that, I know it's going through the paperwork and the waiting list can be more stress than it's worth. But if you can get it, go for it, yeah? Because you need time away, you need time off, you need to sometimes put yourself first, yeah, in this journey. Otherwise the stress gets too far. You've all heard the study, I think it was Boston University or one of those quite prestigious colleges in America, that autistic parents have a similar stress level to army soldiers, which I can well imagine. So, and that's not good. That's not good for you or good for anyone. So take up family members, take up friends, even if it's for a very short amount of time, because it can really benefit you, really benefit the child as well. Because being around different people, different experience. Obviously, they've got to know what works for your child, know the routine, but it can be really beneficial. And I think this is the last one. The last one is just to remember you are doing great. you are doing incredibly. You are on, how do I even describe it? A very, very challenging 24/7, it feels like sometimes, journey where there are wonderful moments, there are moments of pure delight, there are some nice moments, there are some funny moments, but there are also a lot of moments of pain and a lot of moments of frustration, a lot of moments of sadness, a lot of sleepless nights caused by the child, or caused by stress, or caused by anxiety, or caused by worry. So you have to just remember that you're on this journey and you're trying, and you turn up every day, you get up every morning. You might not always have a smile on your face. I'm not going to tell you that you should. That's not who I am, because sometimes it's just too difficult, but you are doing great. And I see what you're doing. I see all the other autistic family members, when you try and stick together. I see what you're doing. I see the sacrifices you make. I see the pain you're in. And there are days where it feels worth it. There are days where it feels like I could do this for another 10 lifetimes. And there are days where I think I can't do it for another minute. And that, I don't know if that's everyone's experience, but I think a few people who hopefully watching this might be able to relate to that. So that's my last tip. Just always remember that you're doing amazing. You're fantastic. You're stronger than you ever believed you were when you fell pregnant or when your partner fell pregnant. You're on a different journey than maybe you thought. You probably were scared during that time. You probably were a bit worried when the nurse gave you the baby. You probably were overcome with joy and happiness, but also you were probably a little bit scared. You probably were a bit frightened. You probably thought, oh God, what do I do with this? And you didn't know that the journey would be very difficult and different and probably harder than what you thought it would be, for being completely real and honest. So you are doing incredibly, and keep the faith, keep going, try and keep positive. But if you can't, just keep turning up. Yeah, the key to life is to turn up every day. Yeah, it's about that consistency. And if you can do that, you're already a hero and a saint in my book. All right, so like and subscribe, might like this, and Dad. God love you all.